But let's talk about, and I have a team of people on the podcast, and so this one of my team members said, and I'm using what he said as a quote, how could you tell if something's a total piece of junk or a jewel? In other words, what makes an RV really good or high quality? Can you give my listeners tips on what to look for?
Yeah, I would say it's something, like when you see it, you know it a little bit, but I think a lot of people are distracted by the flash of things, and especially an RV show, and don't sometimes focus in on the the foundational things. It's like when you buy a house, right? You're all like, "Oh, it's staged and it looks beautiful and look at the amenities." But then you're like, "Is the foundation done well? Is the roof trusses or cracks? Is it, you know, that's the kind of thing I would say start with is construction. But what do you look for? Similar things you would look for in a home, right? Fit and finish. Is there trim falling down? Is it, is the caulking, all those kind of things. Just the general how it feels, and looking at it. Uh, can you and the price they're asking for, does that seem reasonable for what it is, right? So the value proposition is huge. Um, so I would say first and foremost, fit and finish is your first indicator when you're walking through that. If you're pulling out drawers and things like that, but what I will add though is it depends on price point matters a lot because if you're getting a starter RV that's a what I call a stick and tin in the industry, which is aluminum siding, a very kind of quickly built for all intents and purposes, very lightweight. The amount of hours and care that goes into building that versus a Newmar, say, uh, diesel pusher, way different, right?
Right.
So you're going to have, as the price point goes up, the fit and finish quality should go up with that. Now, what I will say, that's not always the case with companies like, well, with Alliance. Our fit and finish is the same across all of our product line, regardless of the price point. However, you can build, a 16-foot trailer a lot quicker than you can a 42-foot. So time spent doing it, the more complicated it is, sometimes
Right. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
harder it is to build
Right.
too. So
And what I'm hearing you say is it really depends. You can't compare a Class A, and you brought up Newmar, which is a company that I have seriously considered. That's where we were
Mhm.
gonna was that was what was going to be our next RV before my husband got ill and we got off the road.
Mhm.
Um, and then foundation is really important. We talk to companies like Freightliner and have had them on this show because the
Yeah,
foundation, especially in a Class A, is so important. So what I'm
yeah,
hearing you say for the listeners, comparing within your model type group,
yeah.
and certainly there are a lot of manufacturers out there
Yeah.
to choose from. So, and again, you're an Alliance guy. We're going to talk about the Alliance story, but how do people look at, which manufacturer is better?
Mhm.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I got
what do
no, I
people
got
look
you.
for?
I would say, the manufacturers, I would say everybody does it pretty well, right? I mean, there are differences, but I will never say that another manufacturer's RV is junk. I won't because it's not. I mean, every company out there is trying to build the best quality product they can with the resources they have and the manpower that they have experience. When you're looking at comparing companies, I would say go look at the users, right? What do the users of those products say? Because sometimes when you build something, you don't know how it's going to perform until you start using it, right? So you can come out with a great model that has all these glitzy stuff and it looks great, but then you can say, well, there's a design flaw, not intentionally, but with a sidewall or a frame or something that was really unknown until people started using it on the road
Right.
and beating it up. But looking at construction quality, I'd say that's what things are they using? Are they using aluminum steel framing? Are they using Asdel panels instead of wood inside like Luan? So as we progress and become more savvy with materials, and things like that, fiberglass, gel coat siding, quality sealants, all those kind of things versus things that are, where you may see water damage, potential delamination on the side of coaches, things like that. The chassis, when you look under there, does it look well done? Does the underbelly sealed up? Some are open intentionally, right? But some of those ones that are, when you go on the roof, is that the seals look good, all those kind of things. And you can always, when you're going to go buy something, you can always, encourage people, if they feel better, to get an RV technician or inspector to look at it for them, just like you would a house.
Mhm.
It's a large investment, the amount of times I've heard I spent $100,000 on this, fill in the blank. You hear that, and you have to listen and say, yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and we're going to do our best to take care of that. So construction quality, big part of it.